Good evening and welcome to the Highgate Selectboard meeting for May 4th, 2023. Our first order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming. Are there any public comments that are not already on the agenda?
Nothing. The only thing I ask of the select board is to keep me informed, since I'm going to be done for a couple months. I would still like to know what's going on, so I can keep informed of what's going on.
Okay.
And if I get the paper, I can do a lot of calling that people know what's going on, because I'm really bored.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Moving on. Paving bids. So if you'd each like to take one of these. And then there are 6 bids. So pass it down. Pass it down. You can do 2, Richard, and I'll do 2.
While you're opening those, I'd just like to let you know that we were awarded the paving grant. So the Macy Road paving can be included in there if we get our contract signed in time.
Okay, so we received 200,000?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so if you would each open up your bids. We'll go through them one by one. And we want to make sure that they are all compatible, all meet the requirements that we need for the town's paving, and that there are no discrepancies.
So if the Macy Road is separate, you just don't worry about that one, or you keep it?
No, we'll put that as a public comment as well, so that information,
Okay,
we'll put that in as well.
okay.
Okay, so Scott, do you want to start with yours?
Certainly. So help me out, people, because this is kind of new. So you just want me to go down through and read the scope of work and what, all the different areas, or just the Macy Road?
Nope, first we want to know who it is,
Okay,
who's the bid from.
okay. So I have a proposal from Hungerford Paving,
Okay, yeah,
to sent here to the town of Highgate for the 2023 town of Highgate paving. And then you want me just to read the scope of work?
yeah, you can read the scope of work and,
All
the
of
bid
them.
amounts
All
if
of the
they're
bid amounts?
separate, yes,
You
yeah.
want you want exactly what the work is to be done, or you want just the amount? Because I have, this is put together with 1, 2, 3, 4
Yes,
different roads.
correct,
Yep, with the total of tonnage and
price per ton. Yep,
Okay,
that's
so
what we want,
I'll start right at the top then. The St. Armand Road
yep,
is 3/4 shim, 2,000 LF, I take it's linear feet. 1.5 top, 66,700 linear feet at 22 feet wide equals 1,536 tons. That's for the St. Armand Road. The Durkee Road is 3/4 inch shim, 1,200 linear feet, 1 1/2 inch of top of 1,200 linear feet, 22 feet wide equals 360 tons. The Rainville Road, 1 1/2 inch top, 1,800 linear feet by 22 feet wide, 1 1/2 inch top at 1,700 linear feet by 18 feet wide, comes to 637 tons. The Macy Road, 1/2 inch shim, 5,280 linear feet, 1 1/2 inch top, 5,280 linear feet. And that's 22 feet wide, and that would equal 1,004 tons. And it's a total of 3,937 tons. An installed price is $87.70 per ton, equaling $345,275.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. How many ton for the St. Armand Road?
The St. Armand Road is 1,536 tons.
Okay. The Durkee Road?
The Durkee Road total is 360 tons.
Yeah. Rainville?
637 tons.
Yes. Macy?
Is 1,404 tons.
Price per ton is?
$87.70. It says install price of $87.70 per ton.
Okay. With a grand total of $345,275.
That's correct.
Okay. Mary?
Okay, so mine is from J. Hutchins Incorporated.
Yes.
Paving of the St. Armand Road is a 3/4 inch shim, 1,800 feet times 22 wide, 1 1/2 overlay, 6,660 feet by 22, for a tonnage of 1,545. Paving on the Durkee Road, 3/4 inch shim, 1,150 by 22, 1 1/2 inch overlay, and it again repeats the 1,150 times 22 for 351 ton. The Rainville Road, 1 1/2 overlay, 3,300 by 20 feet for 611 ton. The Macy Road, 1 1/2 shim, 5,780 feet by 23 feet for 1,641 ton. Total bid price of $399,991.64. So their tonnage
Okay.
is different.
Yep. So St. Armand, 1545 for tons.
Correct,
Durkee, 351.
correct,
Rainville is 611.
correct,
Macy, 1641.
correct. And the
Price per ton.
96.43,
And the a total?
241,750.
Okay. Richard?
Okay, I have, here I have Fleet Heat? Yeah,
Fresh coat.
yeah,
Fresh coat.
Yeah, fresh coat, there we go. And, have a St. Irons Road, 200, or 2,000 by 22. 75, that's 75 per ton. And shim, 6,700 by 22, 1 1/2 overlay. Durkee Road, 1,000, yeah, 1,200 by 22.75, 75 shim, and 1.5 overlay. Rainville Road, 1,800 by 21, 1.5 overlay. 17 by 18, 1,700 by 18 with 1.5 overlay. The total is $308,529.
Okay, so that's St. Armand, Durkee, and Rainville.
Yeah, then I've
That's
got
how many ton?
It
Say?
it doesn't say.
Okay. So, okay. 308,529, okay.
Oh, that, okay, yeah.
Okay, so now there's a separate bid for Macy.
Yep, separate bid, and Macy Road, 0.5 shim, well, 5,280 by 22.5 shim and a 1.5 overlay. And the bid that they got is $172,224.
Okay.
Richard, what was your total on the first, the other three roads?
308,529.
There wasn't a price per ton.
No.
No, there weren't no price.
Which makes the total 480,753. Okay. Wanna do your
Oh,
next
yeah,
one? Or you want me to do
No,
one?
you do one then.
Okay, FW Whitcomb. St. Armand Road. 3/4 inch shim, 1.5 overlay. It's 1,572 ton. Rainville Road. No shim, 1.5 overlay, 684 ton. Durkee Road, 3/4 shim, 1.5 overlay, 405 ton. And Macy Road, 1/2 inch shim, 1.5 overlay, 1,393 ton. The price per ton is 104.95. The total would be $425,467.30. Okay, Richard?
Okay. We got Hatch Group,
Yep.
commercial paving district, Macy Road, from the B25 bridge to 221, approximately 1 mile. Lot size, 96,380 total square feet, or 10,706 square yards. To saw cut, layaways 40, tack 536 gallons, pave 1 asphalt base coat, 0.5 either contraction shim coat, pave 2 asphalt top coat, 1.5 after compaction overlay, compact with 10-ton variable roller, tampered all edges at a 45-degree angle, seams with and stone dust for wash away in first rain. Total tonnage of asphalt required to complete job 1,167 ton. Special notes, Macy Road from the B25 bridge to Number 2, 2,221, approximately 1 mile, long by 22 feet wide, 0.5 inches shim, and 1.5 inch overlay. This road segment is pending grant approval of 292 ton showing and 875 ton of it, yeah, B tonnage 1,167 to 1,167 ton, 96,360 square feet. Per ton, 130, total rate $130 a ton. And that is 500.
No, I think,
What?
check your other page here.
Oh, you don't go to the.
I think that's the last page. I think the 500,000 is the total for the,
Yeah, 544.
for the project, yeah. So, no,
No,
let's see, got nothing else there?
just got this.
Okay, so, here's St. Armand. Okay, so the little number at the top right there,
Yep.
that 152, that's
Yep.
just for the Macy Road.
Okay,
So the Macy Road is how much?
152,200. Two. Oh, yeah.
$152,022.33. Okay. So that's the Macy Road. This is the St. Armand, so that St. Armand is, okay, so that's a little different too here. Let me see, where was your, see that. Okay, so on the St. Armand Road, it's 1.25, okay, so 3/4 inch shim coat, 1.5 inch overlay. The total tonnage is 1,810, but the per tonnage rate changed to 107, where the Macy Road was 130. Are either of you from Hatch? No, okay. So I'm not quite sure why there's a difference in tonnage.
Probably different.
Price per
mixes.
ton is different, you mean?
Price per ton is different.
There's different mixes on different roads.
That's the one that came overnight, maybe?
Yeah, FedEx.
Yeah, is from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you should have another sheet, yep. Okay, so Durkee Road is also 3/4 inch shim coat, 1.5 inch overlay. 360 total tons at $187 per ton. Rainville Road, 1.5 inch overlay, 978 ton. Per ton is $133. So their grand total of bid was $544,097.93. And I'm just gonna write this
Is that
down.
grand total including Macy Road?
That includes the Macy Road, yes, that's all four. So, did everybody get that? Do we need to repeat? St. Armand at 1,810 ton at 107 a ton. Durkee is 360 ton at 187 a ton. Rainville Road is 978 ton at 133 a ton. Then the grand total is $544,097.93. Okay, so that was cash. Here, it's all together. Okay, and the last one we have is Pike Industries. Macy Road. Oops, sorry. St. Armand Road. St. Armand Road, 3/4 inch shim, 1.5 inch overlay, top type 3. They are saying $1,390 ton, and they put their bids 2 to each price. So Rainville Road is along with that, 1.5 inch overlay, 640 ton. So those two roads there are 2,595 ton at a tonnage price of 87.39 cents.
3 roads, Sharon. I broke them down on the second page.
Yes, yeah, okay. It just, what the original bid was 2 and 2. So Durkee Road, 245 ton, 3/4 inch shim, 1.5 inch top overlay. And Macy Road, 1/2 inch shim, 1.5 inch top overlay, 960 ton, which for those two is 1,280 ton at 87.39. Their total bid is $338,636.25. So, if we're keeping track by single road, so St. Armand is $15.90 for ton. Rainville is 640 ton. Durkee is 365 ton. And Macy is 1,280 ton. At a tonnage price of 87.39. And a grand total of $338,636.25. So, as we were reviewing these, Scott and Mary, did you, and Richard, did you see any differences between your bids that are open in front of you and what the others were saying? So are we all have the same 3/4 inch shim, 1.5 inch overlay? or half-inch shim, an inch and a half overlay?
Yes, Macy Road is 1/2 inch shim and the other 3 roads are the 3/4 inch shim. On mine.
Okay,
I've got on the Rainville Road for Hungerford paving, Rainville Road says 1.5 inch top at 1,800 linear feet, 22 feet wide.
yes, Pike also is no, shim.
No, I'm not sure.
Central Coast.
So Mary, yours has a shim?
On Ranger Road, no, I just noticed that the
Okay.
Ranger Road does not have shim.
Okay,
Everything else has either St. Armand's 3/4, Durkee's 3/4, Macy's 1/2, and Rainville's 1.5 inch top.
okay. So all our bids match, everything is the same. You can look at price. Pike is 338,000. Fresh Coat, 480,000. Whitcomb, 425,000. Hungerford, 345,000. Hutchins, 241,750. And Hatch, 544,000. I would suggest that we immediately remove Hatch and Fresh Coat because of price.
Sharon, I had, you told me 399 and 164.
That's what I had for Hutchins too.
Yeah,
399,
Hutchins, yeah, 399, 911,
yeah, 64.
Okay. Give me that again, Hutchins. Who has Hutchins?
I have $399,991.64.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, my mistake. Okay, so I would still say Fresh Coat and Hatch are out due to price.
Sharon, maybe I'm missing something, but Pike Industries per ton
80,
cost is lower than Hungerford's, but Hungerford's price is,
Higher, yeah.
yes. Okay, just, no, never mind, I'm reading it wrong, I'm reading it.
Hungerford didn't give a price per, I don't believe.
Okay.
I thought it was
87.70.
Yeah, it's 87.70 per
I
ton.
was reading it backwards.
Okay, 8770.
okay. So can we agree on Fresh Coat and Hatch are dismissed?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so how do our tonnages compare with the other four? Is anybody,
Whitcomb is 104.95 per ton. I believe that's what I wrote.
yep, you're correct.
I got 104.95, yeah.
Otherwise, everybody's pretty close on their tonnage for the roads. So nobody's forgotten something, so that looks okay. And then, yes, you have your tonnage rate. Hutchins is 96.43, Hungerford's 87.70, Whitcomb is 104.95, Pike is 87.39. Do you want to eliminate Whitcomb
Correct.
for price? Okay. So you have 3 left. Butch, do you see anything that's unusual? Or anything that should concern the select board?
No, I don't.
Anything you've worked with before that you may have a concern or something, or?
They're all
Okay.
coming in.
I'm gonna ask a question to Butch, but I bet these two gentlemen can answer it off the top of their head. Do you recall what the price per tonnage we paid last year was? Is
I
this,
believe it was 93.
I thought it was higher than this year, it went down,
Yes,
okay,
yes, it went down,
that's a
yeah.
good thing for us, so.
Yeah.
Last year's really expensive.
Okay, do we want to,
Eliminate Hutchins?
yeah, for price?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have two, you have Pike Industries, you have Hungerford's Construction. Hungerford's 87.70 a ton. And Pike is 87.39. Bids are fairly close. Hungerford's 345, 275, and Pike is 338, 636. If you go by price, it would be Pike.
Are we opening bids early enough to be able to be, both companies be able to complete this on time?
Sure, for us anyways.
And you are,
Like
yep. Want to tell us your name too?
Joe Montana.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'll put that.
It's all right.
And you are,
My name is Jim Hungerford, Hungerford Paving.
okay.
Okay. So do we have any questions of the two since they are both here?
No, I don't. I think Sharon does.
Just curious, everything else.
Which one are you looking for?
Hungerford's.
I got Hungerford's here.
Yeah.
And you had the, so Hungerford's, the Rainville Road's the only one without a shim, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just was curious how they compared by footage, but.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept one bid or the other?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept Pike Industries.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
There we go. See you guys soon. We've been here a long time.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thanks, Butch. We'll see you soon. Yeah.
Okay, please keep all your bids together with their coordinating envelopes so that those can all be kept together.
That one, this one.
I'm just waiting for Richard. Okay. Butch, did you have anything else besides the paving bids?
I did have a gentleman call me today on a class 4 road. It's Buck Road, and there's some mud holes in it, four-wheelers use it, and he was just asking what, his options were. I advised him, we don't usually, maintain the class 4 roads.
Right.
But he wanted to know if he was able to do it, or if we could help him, or what we could do, or what he could do. He just wanted to do it right. I said I was coming tonight, I would ask if he needs to come. He said he can, schedule a meeting.
What's he looking to do, Rick?
He's looking just to fill in the mud holes.
That's it?
Yeah.
Didn't want to extend anything or just?
No, just,
Yeah, I'd say as long as he used your guidance for what he wanted to do, I'm perfectly fine to fix up his road.
I couldn't remember how it turned out on the one last year on Hank Road.
Yeah, we never,
There was nothing.
no,
Right, it's-
yeah, 'cause he
They were
wanted,
able to do it as well.
yes, yep,
So, this was double check.
yep. Okay. Anything else for us?
I think that was,
Okay, and you're confident with our bid process and, yep,
yes,
okay.
Mike has helped us in all these years. They've been
Yep.
good to work with. Hunkford has done some smaller paving for us too, so
Yep, good,
they're the only two that we've worked with. I have.
right. Okay, all right, well, thank you for coming.
That's right.
Yes, it's early, you're lucky. So Tim, we drew it out so that we could await your arrival, so.
My timing was perfect.
It was, so this is Tim Smith,
As always.
and I'll let him tell you about his organization, and he'll give us an update of what's going on in Franklin County.
So I'm late because my nonprofit Uber business is I know Richard, Sharon, and Mary.
I'm Scott Martin.
Scott, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I've been the director of Franklin County Industrial Development for 22 years.
Okay.
And part of what I do is I try to get around to all the select boards, keep them informed, because we do get funding from all towns in some form or fashion. So I try to get around all the select boards and just update them and make myself available for questions. I was seeing Richard and Sharon and Heidi on a regular basis for about a year for the airport project.
Sure.
But we, some of the things that you folks would be interested in, obviously potential welcome center going in, well, we're advocating for a welcome center on the interstate. We're mainly focused on the southbound lane, not the northbound lane. And this is the only thoroughfare coming into the state of Vermont that doesn't have a welcome center or a rest area. And ironically, this, if you go from the border an hour travel, this is the largest amount of population that we have access to within an hour. But if you look at Waterford over by St. Johnsbury has a welcome center. Route 4 down in Fairhaven, or New Haven, I guess, has one, interstate both ways. So we think it's important for the region to have a welcome center where people can be directed or educated about what's available in the region. So from my understanding, VTrans is having discussions about what land might be available and what land might be usable for this purpose. It is on the agenda on the state level. They did a study, and the study basically concurs with what I just told you, that this region needs a welcome center. So that's one thing that we've been working on, trying to move that forward. The other one, familiar with, is the field days. We in the office are working on putting together a request for proposals where we hope to get some individuals, some consultants who will evaluate where the field days could go. So I think the Field Days Board has come to the conclusion that they do have to move, they will be moving. Timing, I'm not sure. They definitely will go this August. They potentially could go the following August, but I think that's probably 50-50. So what the proposal will be looking for is someone to evaluate where there's acreage. So they're currently on 50 now. They'd like to use a little bit more, I think. Where does it have the infrastructure, power, water sewer potentially? They don't have water sewer where they are now, but I think ideally they'd like to have access to some. And then the other, ground where they are now is ideal because of the sand. Years ago they were in Sheldon, and it was more topsoil, and when it rained hard, it was a mess. So they're looking at that sand base, if you will, and I think Highgate Swanton has that opportunity to replace that moving forward. So we hope to get the proposal out, hire someone very similar to what you folks did on the airport, and have a report done for September 1. That's the whole template. If the reason we set September 1 as a date, because if the state's going to put some money into the project, whether it's buying the land or other cost, they want to get it into, when I say they, the county legislature wants to get it in the governor's budget, which is being drafted in that September timeframe. So they want to make sure that finds its way into that.
Did they have money set aside already?
They did not.
Oh. That was just a rumor.
That's where I have some skepticism. And I've asked that question, are we going to go through all this and then be told that there's no money?
Right.
The legislators seem to think that the money will be found if needed. Part of the relocation would include almost a different setup, which would allow for more year-round activities. So not just weddings and the fairgrounds, but maybe something of, maybe a
Grateful Dead?
I was gonna say some type of concert venue on the small side.
Right.
Maybe I don't know. Fairs of different sorts, just a variety of things that might be usable for something like that. So
Yeah.
that's the other discussion, is what else can be put there. I know the conservation board selling the trees going up there, looking potentially for space for office space. So maybe there's an office building on site, which brings a lot of those entities together under one roof. I think Field Day wants to get to a director at some point, is sort of what I've heard. So that may be something to be looking at. So those are the things specific to the area. I can tell you, I was in the former Vermont Brick Building last week. All in all, it looks great. Still a lot of work to do, but the whole inside is gutted. Now Travis is going to focus on a new roof and siding and then putting a concrete pad down.
Good.
We've shown it to a couple businesses. We warned them ahead of time. You have to have vision and understand where the building came from. But it is 32,000 square feet or 34,000 square feet of space that could be utilized here down the road. Just in the past 3 days, I've had 3 calls or emails of businesses looking for 20,000 square feet each, not total, each.
Wow.
So there's a demand out there. I think I've shared with this board in the past that my colleague Frank Coffey, who holds my position in Chittenden County, 7 years ago they did a study relative to the amount of vacant land which could be used for industrial development. And that study basically said in 7 years, Chittenden County is going to be out of developable industrial land. We're at 7 years right now. We've already seen two Burlington businesses have relocated up here in the last 5 years. Another one would come if he could find space. And then I'm not sure where these, I don't know all the details of the ones that just called, but I know one is, one of them, one of the three is in Chittenden County. So, and that goes to our discussion on the airport.
Right.
And all that.
Yep.
So if the buildings, if we could build buildings, which in this day and age, we can't, I say we can't because we don't have, banks require that long-term lease signed, ready to go to get funding. It's not like 40 years ago when they would give you money and you build a building and, hope that someone would come. It's not, we can't get money to do that now. So it makes it much more difficult to, build it and they will come. So, but there's, the common problem is, everyone struggles to find help. We've seen that across the board. I was very optimistic. Probably about 3 Thursdays ago, all the schools came together. All the schools being MVU, BFA Fairfax. Well, BFA Fairfax was going to be there, but they had a situation with a threat. But Richford and Enosburg, so they came with all their guidance counselors and administrators, and it was organized by both Cold Hollow and Northwest Tech, and they coordinated multiple business visits. So the one I went on, we went to Perigo, and we went to Med Associates. There was tours of Ben & Jerry's, Barry Callebaut, Husky. So they brought all the guidance counselors around to educate them
What's
about
all there?
what's available for those kids who are choosing not to go on to college or taking a gap year. All these businesses would take someone for a gap year for sure. But the main purpose is that they want to educate the guidance counselors to let kids know that college isn't the end all for everyone. They can,
Exactly.
and there's trade schools and there's all that could be beneficial. So they're going to do it again in the fall, I believe.
Good.
So they'll keep driving the point home to the guidance counselors that there's good opportunities, good paying jobs, with good benefits.
There's excellent,
out of school.
excellent opportunities. I mean, I know Adam Vincent from Northwest Tech does the auto shop, and he has kids coming out of high school that are going to be helicopter mechanics and that type of thing, and they're making 5 times what he makes as a teacher, right out of high school. I mean, that's awesome.
And even auto mechanics, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard some friends of mine whose kids have gone into the field and are doing very well, and actually, there's a battling for to get good mechanics.
Oh yeah, I'm in that battle. Yeah, absolutely. It's we did our children a disservice by telling them that college was the only way.
I agree with it.
Hopefully Beth White and her program at the airport can help with that too.
So as I say all the time that there's hundreds of rural counties across the country that would trade places with us in a heartbeat. If we could get the dairy prices up, we'd be even better off. But if you look around the region, and there's definitely, in the past the conversation was always, my kids have to leave the area because there's no jobs. Well, that's not an excuse anymore, because there's plenty of jobs, and you don't need a whole resume of skills. They'll take anyone who wants to learn and are willing to show up and participate every day. So I think the other thing I see Mary, because I grew up in Enosburg. But one of our projects in Enosburg is we bought the Curly Block. So we Franklin County Industrial Development did a strategic plan a year ago, and we sort of pivoted a little bit on that. We're getting away from value-added manufacturing, but we're trying to be more active in communities. Like we gave Highgate $10,000 to help you, we did the same in Montgomery. You know, we bought the Pearly Block in Enosburg, so Pearly Block we renovated, it's gonna be about a $1.7 million project, investment going into downtown Enosburg. It brings, there's office space, there's retail space that are both full. So when our final piece, our final phase is done, we will have, all we will have is 2 vacant offices in the entire building, with potential to add 4 more apartments upstairs. So, so we're investing energy in the downtown, probably more so than what we had done in the years past.
No, that's fantastic. That we'll be knocking on your door once we have a plan for the village core, because we spoke with the engineers and they have some great design ideas. But we talked about how in a town like Highgate, we may have to think about how we can help the businesses that come in to get them started.
Right.
So that would be a conversation that I'd really like you to have with us to say, okay, what could we do to help a business start out and give them a little healthy push so that they can survive here. So yeah, we'd like to invest a little in our downtown as well. So, and I know you've been a fabulous help with the airport, and I know with Travis and Mr. Manny, hopefully they can do some industrial development there. And
I think that's when I've been impressed with the amount of work Travis has put into that building. And I think it will prove, it'll pay dividends down the road. And I know this is busy season of building and whatnot, but I was totally impressed with how much work he did to clean that space out. And
yeah, I think he's pretty committed. I think he's.
I think it's going to prove to be a huge asset for Highgate.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if anyone had questions of me or Richard. Nothing.
No.
Tim, do you want to add anything about the Canadian interaction, the recruiting in Quebec?
So we had, before COVID, we had a cross-border map that we had done. And we have, actually there's an event being held at Jeff's on May 20th, where it's a cross-border piece where I think the mayor from St. John will be coming down. We've had people go across the border. So we're trying to reestablish those relationships over time. The border itself has
an upgrade,
major upgrade at the border, and then hopefully within 2 years we're going to see the completion of the I-35 interstate coming down. You know, one of those businesses that we spoke to is a Canadian business that was looking for space. And that was last Friday. And we showed them. We showed them the brick building. So yeah, so now the border's open, and I was up in Franklin last night, and I shared that the expectation is when that I-35 is completed, 30% of your traffic from Champlain, New York, and Derby line will choose to divert into the Highgate border crossing. So just that, if that comes to fruition, the amount of traffic will be extensive coming back into 89.
Right.
Could be good or bad, I guess.
Well, there'll probably be a little of both.
Yeah, right. But that's, I mean, the stars are aligning, and if we can get the rest area, have that completed, you know, it could really make a difference for the entire region and the islands as well.
Yeah. So Tim, just as a little public service announcement, why is industrial development, manufacturing, and this kind of growth important to Highgate?
So what happens, how we advocate for manufacturing is for every piece of anything new that we create in this region, whether it's ice cream, chocolate chips, vinyl siding up in Richford, transdermal patches, spare ribs, Mary from the old job. All of that, the majority of it, all gets shipped out of the area, right? It all gets shipped to other parts of the country. And for all that product that's being made, we are taking in money through these plants. So we're getting, the region is getting all that income back to pay for wages, to pay for benefits. And then the trickle down effect of that is huge with car dealers, hardware stores, and restaurants.
Yeah.
And that money just keeps turning over. Where we run into issues is when we become dependent on state jobs that we pay taxes in and it pays the state employees, and I'm not bad-mouthing that fact, but that money just circulates within the state. Just keeps getting, and little by little, it funnels off to pay more taxes. But when you manufacture product and you ship it out of the region, we're bringing all new money back into, which helps increase the prosperity of those employees. I mean, Mary, you know, this is all nothing new to you. I mean, you all your sales that you had at Plumrose, I mean, that brought all new money in, continue to pay salaries, pay benefits. And without that, you know, you also have services, but the services are for the most part in-state, and that cycles money just through a continuous loop. It's the new money that we want into the state that helps offset, it grows jobs, right? I mean,
Right,
it grows
yeah.
jobs,
Yeah.
increase pay,
Like-
and that, excuse me, that money gets invested into our services, you know, Ben and Jerry's pays for lunches and mechanical tech and electric and all that, so the key is bringing new money into the region for sure.
Yeah. And for the town, it changes our tax base. It lets our children work in town and not have to drive to Burlington. Like you said, the pay rate has increased quite a bit in Franklin County in the last couple of years. So that it may not be feasible to drive to Burlington anymore. And if you could stay in county and have a good job, have a decent home, and, you know, be home for your grandchildren's baseball game, you know, some of those things are kind of priceless.
No, I've always said that with, you know, if you're traveling to Burlington, some people choose to, they like to travel,
Yeah.
but, excuse me, it's 2 hours on the road, an hour and a half. And sometimes it takes away from community because you know, you don't have time to serve on board, you don't have time
Right.
to coach a little league because you don't get home until maybe 7 o'clock at night or 6:30, and then it just doesn't. But I think the more we keep people in the community, you know, you've got the volunteer firemen and all that, and the more active or a more vibrant community you have from that perspective.
Absolutely.
That's just something that we've been preaching for years.
Yeah.
So to that point, I don't want to take up too much time, Heidi.
So to the
You're
board,
good.
gentlemen,
We have 10,000 people getting on the interstate and going south to work. So our workforce is about 25,000, and our population is 50, but between seniors and students and kids and all that, our actual workforce population is about 26,000. 10 actually get on the interstate and go south. With that, we also have about a little less than 5,000 coming into Franklin County to go to work. So the net loss is about 6,000, maybe 5,000. So when I tell new employers is, and we have one down in, they bought the Violin building, Calco, Green Mountain Knitting, they're looking for help. But what I tell them is if we can attract those people to come on, get off the interstate and stay local, that's sort of a marketing tool that we use all the time, that there is a population that we could get our fingers into and educate about what's available. And I get that people get in a routine and change is hard.
Yeah.
But if we can educate people about what is available, if they can make the same amount and not pay for gas and wear and tear on the vehicle, then I think we'll be better off as a region.
Well, we thank you for the work that you do, because not only do you educate us, you help us every time we ask, which we really appreciate. Any other questions for Tim?
No, I just wanted, thank you for filling in that piece where I didn't realize some of that. So if you're gonna come visit us every few months or?
Whenever you call.
Okay, I appreciate the information.
Thank you. And I'd just like to leave on the note that I heard a rumor that Heidi is leaving and moving on, but
Yes.
Heidi, thank you for our relationship and the time we spent together. Your due diligence and your diligence on that Highgate, on the airport project was impressive, and the amount of time and effort, and how quickly you came up to speed on your learning curve. I thought,
Thank you very much.
yeah, no, it's a pleasure working with you.
Same.
Well, you'll
Same.
still get to work with her,
I know.
because on Monday she starts in Swan Village. But yes, it is a very big loss for the town of Highgate. She has gotten many grants, many projects are up to full speed, and we are certainly going to be at a loss. But she has graciously offered to be with us for some part-time so we can get someone up to speed, so we're grateful for that too. So
And to that point, we are always available, and whoever is hired,
Yep.
we'd be more than glad to sit with them and talk about everything we've talked about and more. And,
Sure.
make introductions, so keep us in mind, be glad to participate in that changeover.
well, I really appreciate that. The board can always use more information and more direction. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you all later. I think we'll see you down the road. Thank you all.
Thank you. Okay. Shelley,
How's it going?
it is going.
So, check one is on the table. Scott, did you get my email? It was like this afternoon, so if you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so probably no one up there has seen it yet, and there's nothing unusual in it, but if it takes you longer to look through it before you sign it,
Do you want to look at this before you sign?
I'll look at it.
Do you want to look at it now before we
Sure.
make a motion to sign?
Sure, I would.
Okay.
So while that is being passed around, a quick update on the delinquent tax report. As of today, the balance is $65,267.91. So it's getting down there. We are just at the beginning of May, so the tax sale process will be started once again in the next couple of months. So again, if anyone needs to call me for a payment plan, please do so. And that is all I have had time to prepare for you this week.
That is okay. So Wendy, while Scott is looking at that, do you want to go on to the minutes?
Sure. Last meeting was April 20th. That was our big powwow of Quarry Lane and other things. I believe everybody's seen them, and I sent hard copies, so hopefully you all saw them.
Yep. Did you have the 6th and the 17th as well?
No, I
No.
just didn't take that
Oh,
off.
okay. Okay,
I understand.
all right. So has everyone had a chance to look at the meetings from April 20th?
Yep.
Do I have a motion to sign?
I'll make that motion.
A
Do I have a second? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Do you need to backtrack to the warrants or are you
Mary, are you,
I
Reviewing?
actually took care of it, earlier, I read it.
okay, all right, so do I have a motion to sign the check warrant?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. I just have a few miscellaneous things. Green Day is this Saturday. Sharon, are you still handing out ice cream?
I am still handing out ice cream, so ice cream between 11 and 1 for your bags of garbage. Bring me your bags of garbage, you'll have ice cream, and I promise they won't get intertwined with each other.
So you'll be right here in this parking lot?
We will be in the municipal parking lot, and we'll see how big a green pile we can make with our garbage bags.
Nice. The bags are, on the front porch, a big box of them. I have them weighted down so they don't go all over the place, so people can grab whatever they need. There was a supply back here, but I moved everything to the front porch. So I think we're done with some crappy weather for a couple of days. Sharon also has a couple of rolls, and that's the end of them, so, there's that.
So we'll have some bags on Saturday at our ice cream station, so if you forgot to get your bag, stop by and we'll give you a bag and you can go fill it up, come back and we'll give you some ice cream.
Perfect.
If you're good, do it 2 or 3 times, you can get a couple different ice creams.
Know what the grandkids are doing.
Yeah, there you go. And Ty, if you see the scouts that did the park,
I let the den leader know.
okay, yes, because we've already discussed that in our meeting, and everyone is happy to give the scouts ice cream for the work they've already done.
Yeah, they did a great job. That park was a mess.
Yes.
Household hazardous waste day is the following Saturday, May 13th, at the sand shed on Transfer Station Road. So contact Northwest Solid Waste District on accepted items. They will be there from 8 to 2 on the 13th. Brush Depot is open. I think that's going quite well. During the week, you do need to make an appointment, so just give us a call if you need to bring your leaves or brush if it ever stops raining and you want to clean your yard. The Historical Society is having their lawn sale at the museum building May 19th, 20th, and 21st from 9 to 2 every day. And I have some questions about Memorial Day. I wanted to put together a flyer about everything happening that day, so Richard, maybe you can help me.
Yep.
Fire department barbecue, $12 a person, I know that.
Yep.
And I've heard mixed reviews. I heard 10:30, Liza said it starts at 11, so I'm not sure what time they're starting to serve.
It's 11.
11.
It's 11.
11,
Okay.
yep.
So this is on Monday, May 29th. So the parade, it begins at noon. When and where does lineup start?
Okay. It starts over at the arena
Okay.
and show up for between 11 and noon and we'll line you up.
The lineup will start at 11 at the arena. Okay. Bake sale, Sukota.
I got it turned over to Mike and Carl Smith, and Sharon's gonna be helping. We are still doing the bake sale. They're taking it over for me this year. They went very well last year, and we're gonna continue. So I do need baked goods, and
So when will they be in the park to start accepting those?
9 o'clock, is that what they said?
Yeah.
9 o'clock?
Yes. We're still doing it, so
Okay. Do you prefer individually wrapped items? Or does it matter?
it doesn't make any difference.
The Highgate Community Events group are also gonna bring baked goods for that.
Okay,
And they said if you need additional help, they are willing to help.
yes, because I'm not gonna be there. I did mention it to the fire department that I need 2 tables and some chairs.
Yeah.
And I got that up a while back.
They brought that up the other night, the meeting, that
Yeah, so,
Sue needed that.
yeah, I'm not gonna be there, but there's somebody's doing
Yeah.
it for me this
Okay.
year, so.
All right, and my other questions were about after the parade.
Can you back up? I got
Yeah.
something we should back up. We talked about, I think we're also gonna have a raffle out there
Yes,
from H&B's and Fisher Hill Greenhouse. We're gonna have plants and flowers. A raffle.
So there's gonna be raffle tickets for sale for plants and flowers?
Yeah.
Or gift certificates to H&B
Okay.
or. and-
we just had a meeting on Sunday
What's that?
Yeah, where was the meeting?
at the arena.
I was here.
Yeah,
I asked
that's
your
all.
daughter, where the heck is Richard?
She didn't know.
That was smart, Richard.
We were at the
Yeah.
arena.
That was smart.
So where, will that be out, set up in the park, like near the big
Yes.
sale or something?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that raffle.
For
And
gift
they said
certificates
that
from H&B
Yeah.
and Fisher Hill?
Yeah.
And
I think,
what's-
I think Fisher Hill, from what I heard, was gonna just bring
Oh,
the
okay.
flowers and vegetables, and
Okay.
So what's the raffle to benefit?
it is gonna benefit the monument and Memorial Day events.
And that should be also addressed, any money that goes through the bake sale goes through the memorial
Yes,
Okay, upgrades to the memorial.
yeah,
Or Memorial Day.
activity.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I heard something, because Keith handed me a very cryptic note. Prizes for best decorated bicycle, prizes for best decorated float. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. In the parade.
What are the prizes?
Cow plop. Okay, what are the prizes?
The price, well, I think it's gonna be, for bicycles, I think it's, I wanna say 75. No, what,
That was close.
that was close.
I don't think we came to a
No,
conclusion.
he said something about,
Well, it's a cash prize.
yeah,
Okay.
cash prize for floats. Bicycles, I don't know. I know they talked about a plaque, and then the bicycles, he said that Sharon gave him some, the ones that didn't win, Sharon, you gave him last year or something, some participant.
Yeah, I had
Ribbons?
gotten a bunch of participant ones
Yeah,
from the year
and-
before, yeah.
And he was gonna fill those out, so I have to check with him on the bicycles.
Okay, so I'll just say prizes for blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Okay. Cow plop.
yeah.
After the parade, where?
On the Macy property and behind,
Like
yeah,
the rink used to be.
where the tennis court used to be?
Yes.
The
You're
rink?
talking about the village core property
Yes,
there?
yes, village court, yeah.
The old
250
rink
tickets
used to
sold.
be. That's a good spot.
What's that?
250 tickets.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna sell 250 tickets.
Okay. So there, this is for $10 each.
Yes, yeah. And it's gonna be a $500
Prize.
prize.
Proceeds to benefit the same further
Yeah.
upgrades
Yes.
and Memorial Day
Yeah,
expenses,
yeah.
that kind of stuff? Okay.
What if you don't bring $500 in?
We're gonna bring 500 in.
Okay.
Oh,
They need to sell 50 tickets.
Good
Okay,
question,
so-
Shelley.
We sold,
prizes here.
Oh.
You got no cash hanging right now.
they sold it, they sold them in Richford, the school sold them for $20 a ticket, and they only did 100,
Yeah.
and they sold them within,
So where are these tickets for sale? Where can you get them? Like I'm
First
looking
of all,
down, but I want to
okay.
know where
Can people get them?
Okay, Denise,
Irvin.
what?
Denise Paradis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she is in charge, once the tickets are made, she's in charge of the tickets and passing them out to people, and I think we'll have them in Urban. We'll try to get some around town.
This is really, on camera, I hope the auditors don't watch this one. You got town money flowing all over the place.
Yeah, you can't be doing that, Richard.
Okay,
Yeah, and you
I
can't, you
don't, I don't
can't,
know the best way to go about all this, but,
yeah, you,
I mean, you're gonna have a Irving attendant handling town cash, and then with cash like that, there's too many hands in the pot.
okay. Well,
Do you agree, Mary?
Oh, I do.
yeah,
Okay,
so we'll change things around.
yeah.
yeah, we're gonna have to
Yeah.
think on that one.
Okay,
Shouldn't leave the town's hands.
No,
right.
and like the $500 cash prize, is that awarded that day?
No,
Okay.
That's-
They can collect
that's-
their prize.
they're gonna have, I know Keith said they're gonna have to come see you.
That's
it's
why
all-
signed me up for that.
I thought he had already talked to you.
Yeah, I thought this was all.
No,
I
that's the
actually
problem.
emailed him
Can't
and
be doing
asked
that. That's
what was going on.
Yeah.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Did you get voluntold?
I think I just got voluntold. Other duties as assigned.
So, because I think we need to advertise where they can get said tickets.
Right.
I don't think yet, if cash is coming in, especially cash,
Should it
it
be
needs
here?
to come in here.
No, we can call Richard's house.
I don't know.
How
How many tickets are we selling?
We wanna sell 250.
Yeah, but you want raffle tickets and you want Calplop tickets.
I'd say the only other way for that,
Raffle tickets, are
Is,
those being sold just that day in the park, or those
Yeah.
being sold,
Okay.
okay, so
Yeah.
that's, okay.
yeah,
But these Calpol things aren't gonna be sold just that day, or are they?
No.
No,
you can buy them ahead of time,
yeah,
and the day of.
yes.
Okay, so what am I putting on this then?
I don't know,
And you have a cow minder?
When you kill one, there's just a way.
Somebody that takes care of
Oh,
the
yeah.
cow
Oh, yeah,
while Keith rides around with the side by side?
yeah.
Somebody got,
Richard, I'm gonna call the auditors tomorrow
Okay,
and see what they recommend on this whole CalPLUP idea you've got going on.
okay,
I'll be in touch.
okay.
Okay, so,
It sounds like don't advertise the cow pop.
Yeah, hold on.
What's the
well,
best
I'm
way
probably
to do
gonna hold off on all, I wanted to put it all on one flyer, so I can wait.
Could they do the tickets through, like we pay our dog taxes and stuff, so
I
that?
think that was what I was gonna say, there's that, and there's possibly, we could set it up on MyRec as an event.
Could, yeah.
That would be the two places that would be town money and safely all.
And no one would have, I mean, they could do it from their phone, or they could do it from their
I mean,
home.
that would be the
Yeah.
smartest way.
It would be all electronic and
I mean,
accounted
it's-
for.
So if you're putting it in my rec, does that put it in Rec's hands?
No,
To manage it, or no?
An event would have to be created, I don't know how difficult that is, because I only see the back end, but other than
I
that,
don't think it's.
I don't think there's anything else to it, because there's, you can set your participants and a deadline.
Right.
So with the deadline would be probably the day after, or maybe midnight the day of, so they can still buy tickets the same day.
Right.
Yeah.
Because even the day of, I mean, this office is closed, so
Right.
Yeah.
who's running around collecting cash and handing tickets? I'm gonna be responsible for that money.
I just wanna make sure you have enough time to do it lawfully.
right.
Right,
Well, I mean, I think,
Because you've got
3 weeks before Memorial Day.
I think they will sell it, but I do think we need to
Have a
do
plan.
it
Yeah.
Yeah,
through the town avenues.
yeah.
Okay.
So, I'll get with Jess tomorrow too and see if, I'm assuming she's working.
Yes.
Okay.
If we can set something up on an event on my rec and push people there to buy their tickets, and that's the easiest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, that sounds like the best way to me if we can make it happen.
okay.
Okay, so, to be continued.
If that is possible, do you want Wendy to post that on the poster to go to the MyRec website to purchase the tickets?
I'd also have an or.
And an or our website?
Or
in
come
here,
or
if
in
you
here.
want
I would
to.
always have an or.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they can pay cash in here.
Only because you know as well as some people are gonna say they don't have the
Yeah.
access and,
Yeah,
They still want to buy the ticket.
sure,
yeah,
let's give them a chance to do it then.
yep. Okay,
But if somebody's also.
Or cash.
That day, you might have a lot sold that day if there's somebody town
Right.
related that can do that. Okay, it won't be me because I won't be here that day, but,
yeah.
okay. All right, so I think that was the end of my questions about that. I just wanted to get it out there because I was confused. So that's it for me.
Okay. Heidi?
Is Jack Pelkey gonna be?
Oh, well, it wasn't under me. I didn't see it on the agenda.
Okay, so Jack Pelkey has sent a letter in. He says, "My name is Jack Pelkey, and I would like to submit my name for consideration to fill the open vacancy on Northwest Regional Planning Committee and with the Town Planning Commission. My family has a long history in Highgate, starting with my paternal great-grandparents, and I have resided here for nearly 30 years. I'm coming to the end of almost 40 years with the federal government, and I would like to assist with the administration of the town." So we have a volunteer for 2 of our opening seats. So do I have a motion to?
Make that motion to
I'll
accept
second
them.
it. Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. That's right.
For real.
We love our volunteers.
Okay, so we're down there on that list because that completes the planning commission.
Yep,
Gives us 1 representative at Northwest Regional Planning. We can
Yeah.
have 2. We still don't have anybody for TAC. And the communications union
yeah,
is still empty.
yeah, that's 2
At one
as
point
well.
we had 3, but I think we're taking.
Yeah, yep, yep.
So,
Yeah, I mean, if we had 1, that's great. We had 2, because 1 was an alternate,
Right,
could not attend all the meetings, but wanted to be involved, and then there was a 3rd that was a very good qualified candidate, but
yeah,
also was having a hard time making meetings, so they were supposed to manage it together, that didn't work very well. So we're looking for at least 1 person who can attend. They're not a lot of meetings. It's, they meet as they need to, and now I think they're trying to meet monthly more regularly.
yeah.
But, so, for me, I'll start off with the letter of intent for the municipal roads grant and aid program. It's an annual program. Each town gets an allocation to help them address a stormwater issue. This year, we're in line for 15,000 out of the gate. That can increase if other towns don't sign up. This isn't to say you're gonna do a specific project, it's just to say you wanna be in the pool. So by signing it, we will then be notified how many towns sign up, what our ultimate percentage would be, and then we can work with Regional Planning Commission to help us create a design and select a spot.
Okay. Is everyone clear on that? Okay, do we have a motion to sign?
Make the motion to sign.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
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 And I already told you, you received the Class 2 AOT grant. We haven't heard yet about the structures grant for some reason. We applied for both, so I'm hoping that's still in the running, and that was for the parent road culvert. I put something in on the table because it came late, but it's mentioned in the packet. In 2022, when they did our safety inspections, one of the things that they noted was that the highway department does not have procedures for safety procedures, lockout, tag out, energy control programs, procedures. So we've been kicking the idea around for a while and realized we were not in a position to achieve that ourselves. So Passive recommended this consultant. So I chatted with her and she made a proposal based on the size of our workforce. So they would also pop into the arena. It's designed to look at any sort of dangerous situation. So it also involves chemical storage, MSDS sheets, proper usage, and proper training. So she's offering to work with the town and come up with these policies, audit the buildings for $1,183. This is a requirement from OSHA, the town does this. We've been lucky, nothing has happened. But it is a dangerous job out there, and these policies are designed to improve safety.
We're also lucky they haven't just popped in.
Right.
The last time Passive was here for our risk assessment, they said that OSHA was making rounds unannounced.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice.
Oh, you
Just say that.
have?
Oh, yes.
So I think well worth the investment to.
Exactly, considering the recent accident
Yes.
with another
Yes.
municipality, it's,
Well worth the investment.
Yeah,
yes.
but I was
Yes.
told that another town that didn't have an accident and just had some mismanagement of chemicals, so it's $60,000 fine.
Oh, yes, it adds up quickly.
It just seems like a reasonable price.
Yep.
$1,100. So if you approve this, please sign the contract, and she will show up on June 7th to start chatting with the crew.
Shelley, we have the money to pay for this?
Yes, the highway has gotten more in their AOT supplement than we budgeted for.
Perfect.
Not by much, but they do have a little extra that we could spend on this.
Okay,
Passive also said they would assist with some of this. Some of the things are not covered, but their scholarship program will cover much of this.
okay, good. All right, so do we have a motion to sign?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 When she visits the arena, you let me know when it's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah, someone will have to walk you through.
Well, I
Talk
just,
to you about everything.
Yeah.
I just wanted to touch base on the congressionally directed spending. We did hear that our project was one of 30 that were forwarded to the Appropriations Committee out of 150. So that's step one.
Really
That's a
good.
sign. Doesn't guarantee a funder, but it means that they will be looking at it and seeing if there's a pool of money that they could give to us for that purpose, and it's intended to repair the roof and front entrance at the arena. So fingers crossed for that. We won't know until October. And I put a written update on the table. Sharon and I had quite a lengthy visit at the transfer station yesterday.
Yeah.
Picked up a few passengers too, and
Yes.
it was a very
It is.
heavy tick day.
Tick season.
Tick day.
oh,
It So, the site was with wetlands, all about the transfer station stabilization project. And it's a permit that they've had in for quite a while, but wetlands and some of the other groups don't do reviews in the winter. So until the ground thaws, and then we're on the list. So that's why they came. And there is concern that there's too much wetland area being disturbed, so they've asked us to look at that again, so which the consultant is doing. But it is, it's a part of the process that we have to go through. And unfortunately, it's going to delay things with the contractor, because we were running parallel tracks hoping that this would come through quicker than it's come through. So we're still in the queue for that, and there will be some chatting back and forth. It could happen, the engineer said today that he thought within a month it was possible, but at the site visit they said 3, maybe 6 months. So it depends how much they want to dig into it and how quickly we can modify it.
And we are on a time schedule because that money came from the Irene pot of money, and that disappears in December. So 6 months, and then you get into seasons where they don't want you to play in the stream beds. So Heidi had suggested that we may need to start the process of asking for an extension on that money if they will allow it, and that's an if.
That's an if, yeah.
The other thing that we found out was that the wetlands permit is extremely expensive. As in $4 a square foot on the overall amount of area that you are going to disturb. And we were up to 46,000 square feet, which makes...
35. So it's very expensive. It's permit.
It's extremely expensive, so that was not a cost we were expecting. So, another thing we're gonna have to...
Good thing we put some extra money in the CIP.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how that all peters out, but hopefully the consultant can get that area slimmed down some, so it makes wetlands happy, and it'll be a little cheaper for the town.
Could be. We're in an okay position. We have a fair, sizable contingency in there, but we do have the option to amend up if we need to.
Yeah.
We've known that from the start because they cut our contingency when they approved that amount.
Right.
So, but we'll see how quickly they can turn things around.
Right, hopefully they can.
What part of that road are they, if I'm thinking where I saw you guys yesterday, is it that area where you were standing, or what area were they?
We were standing all over. Where did we see?
I saw you, as a group, you were by the sand shed.
Oh, no, that's where we started out.
Okay.
And where we ended. But no, they actually went down the roughly 80-foot bank there and into
Okay.
the stream bed, and
Okay.
there is probably 25, 30 feet from the corner of the sand shed. You have a slide area, and you have several other slide areas there.
Okay.
The town is legally responsible for protecting that landfill, the old landfill, not Casella's part, but the actual old landfill. It's our responsibility, having been the owner of that, to protect it till time immemorial. So that has the danger of collapsing into the water, and that would really be an expensive problem.
I can forward an electronic copy of the plans, since you haven't had a chance to see them yet. So two big sites they're looking at, and then they also wanted to see the town's disposal site that we have on the opposite side of the ravine.
Mhm.
So out behind Ty's, the town has a space out there. They wanted to see where the materials were gonna be put.
Mhm.
And wanted to check for wetlands on that side as well.
Thank you.
So it's been a very detailed overview of that project. And a lot of federal projects are like that. As part of an agreement with wetlands, the young lady that came asked that the four-wheelers are going out back using the rail trail to go down into that area where the disposal site is. And they're also going through the woods down to the river and across the river into sand dunes. And they would really, really, really like it if the town stopped that traffic. They want to protect as much wetlands, and our show of good faith would be a good show to them that we protect our wetlands and that we are serious about hoping that they'll speed up their permit process for us. So maybe a little quid pro quo.
Yep.
So, that was, I took it upon myself to say yes, I thought we could certainly do that, but I'm bringing that to the board to say that, that's something we should really, look at and
Come up with a
do
plan.
do our part for them, and they can help us,
Sure.
so.
Living there for 40 years, I'm willing to out being in the woods for 40 years, to show whoever some of the trails when the time comes.
Yeah, yeah, they're worried about any wet spots and then that access to the river and interfering with the sandbars and stuff. They're
I
really,
think the biggest part of that is informing people, putting signage with the blockage of.
yes. Yeah, we're not doing it just to be,
Seeing blocks and just driving around them, I don't know
Right.
who put them there, not me, but.
right. But yeah, I would agree with that signage needs to go with it, to say, you know, we're doing this for a reason.
We've contemplated starting an ATV group many times to try and encourage them to police themselves. So you know that 28 Mill Hill is not a functioning project anymore, so we have to start thinking.
Which is a real bummer. That was the ideal solution.
So sad.
So we do have some leverage. We have not forgiven the debt against that property, which we have over $100,000 worth of fines against that property. So we do have a little bit of leverage with the bank. As far as I know, they're still gonna go forward with their plans on the 15th.
That's my understanding, yes.
Okay, so I think once the bank gets in there, they might be shocked.
Should be.
Yeah. So maybe we can plan on making some kind of deal at that point. But we will have to have another plan going forward. So,
I had spoken with Butch and Shelley, and I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page about the critical facilities USDA grant that we've utilized before to help with big truck purchases. Opens up in December. So I put the timeline in there about how much you have in your pocket as of July 1st when you get your new allocation. So you'd still be short to go forward in July. So it seemed like we should wait until December to get another 50,000 potentially from the grant. But it's your choice and, you know, depending on your schedule. Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I don't know how much time is of the essence with the truck that's being replaced first. I know that it's gonna take time for the truck to come in. It seems like, I was under the impression, and I don't know what impression you got, Heidi, but Bush would prefer to order the truck sooner than later.
I think he definitely would, so.
I don't know if it's better to ask the voters to maybe rob from Peter to pay Paul and throw that back in, or is this worthy of ARPA money? I don't think, yeah, it's a rock and a hard place with this one.
Yeah.
He definitely would like to move forward if he could
Yes.
find a way.
So let's work on getting a truck committee together and go over the bids and the specs, and so that we can find out how much money we need first, and then a timeline, and then maybe it's a matter of putting so much down and so much when it arrives.
Right, because if it's gonna take a year to come in,
Right.
have ample time to raise the extra money with
Yeah.
the CIP.
CIP and apply for the grant.
Yeah,
So
they
that,
are usually pretty good about a down payment. You
right,
don't pay the larger chunk until you receive it.
right. So we might have some options there.
Yep,
Um,
it's not a bad idea.
yeah.
And if you wait, it might affect your trade-in value too.
Right.
They're offering
Right.
56,000, and the price could go up a little bit too. So
Yeah.
there's so many moving pieces.
Yeah.
Melco would like to come back with another presentation about their project.
Mhm.
They are happy to go to the select board or the planning commission, wherever you want them. They said they'd like to come in June and July, and I said, your agendas look a little snug in July and June. So I asked if they could maybe come to the May 18th meeting with the select board. Do you have a preference one way or the other, if it's here or planning commission?
Why don't they go to planning? That'll give them on a Tuesday as opposed to a Thursday. Maybe we'd get a different group of people.
Okay.
I know lots of people have asked what they're doing.
Yes.
They stop and ask me, well, what's
Yes.
going on down there? Yeah. So,
Planning in June?
Hmm?
Planning in June?
yeah, I'd say.
Likely, and we have some stuff on the June one, so it depends which one we can squeeze it into. A lot of stuff going on. Speaking of which, the planning commission is reviewing the zoning district bylaw change for the project that Tim was referencing, creating an industrial park in there. So that will then be coming to you for your review on June 15th. Just as an update, Richard and I had talked, the two plow turnarounds we were talking about are being surveyed, and then an easement can be created and signed after that. And the country club turnaround is in federal highway review because it's in the corridor of the interstate. It's gonna take a long time. So it won't happen as quickly as just getting a district approval. And Valley Road culvert is all set to go. Culvert's supposed to be here mid-June. And then, Peggy's ready to start soon after that. There is an updated grant list in here for the new folks, so it's, all the grants that are open and some comments about them, and then the shaded area at the bottom are those that are pending approval. So just applications at this point. And I think we're moving on to select board now.
Okay, so we are having a public hearing for the reclassification of the following town highways. Interested persons and persons owning or interested in lands through which the town of Highgate or sections thereof are described below may pass or abut are hereby warned of a public hearing to be held by the Select Board of the town of Highgate, Vermont, to consider the reclassification of said roads as described below. Pursuant to 19 VSA subsection 709, the proceedings will commence with an examination of each premise, convening at places and times outlined below. No testimony shall be accepted at site visits, but following the examination of all the premises, the Select Board of the town of Highgate will meet at the municipal building to receive testimony from any interested parties. The Select Board shall issue a written decision within 60 days of the hearing. The date of examinations and hearing, Thursday, June 15th, 2023. The hearing here at the municipal building is at 6:30 p.m. But the Select Board and interested parties can go to the location of examination. So we have the town highway number 58, which is the Beor Road. There's a 106-foot section of town highway, currently listed as a class 3 road, that is scheduled to be classified as a class 4, starting 264 feet from Route 7. That examination will take place at 4:30 p.m. on 6/15 near 55 Beor Road. Second one, Town Highway number 9 and the Realm Road, a 1,479-foot section of Town Highway number 9 known as Realm Road, currently listed as Class 3, will be classified as Class 4. Starting 4,594 feet from the intersection with Route 7. That examination will be at 5 to 5:15 p.m. at 658 Realm Road. The third one will be Highway number 38, the Wall Farm Road, a 1,215-foot section of the town highway number 38 known as Wall Farm Road, currently listed as Class 3, will become Class 4, starting 3,644 feet from the Swanton-Highgate town line. That examination will take place at 5:30 to 5:45 p.m. at 581 Wall Farm Road. All of the landowners have been noticed. So if anyone has any questions or concerns, the hearing is here at 6:30. And the site visits are from 4:30 till 6.
And for anybody hearing that, these are just things we're doing to clear up our highway now. With AOT, they've already been treated this way for years. And it's just a matter of cleaning them up formally, and that's what this process is. Meaning they've been treated as a Class 4 segment, but showed on our map as a Class 3.
Can I ask what the difference of the two is? Class 3 and Class 4?
There's, so Class 1 are your main arteries, Class 2 are the town-owned main arteries, and then Class 3 is the rest of your roads. Class 4s you don't maintain.
Okay.
We get state funds to maintain the Class 2 and Class 3, and we receive no funding from the state because we do not maintain the Class 4.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
So it does affect the grant amounts that we can get based on our mileage in each category. So. Alright, so Swanton had suggested a speed change before MBU. Heidi has received a letter back saying that they will do a speed study. So they have to go through that process in order to change the speed limit there, so that will be happening, so don't let the police catch you.
How far back are they asking?
They want it to be 35 miles an hour easterly from the Swanton Town line to include the entrance of the Missisquoi Valley Union High School, possibly extending to Airport Road. So from Airport Road down to the high school entrance. Well, it's just all of a sudden it changes.
It does.
And you have people stopping, you have buses pulling out, you have new drivers pulling in and out. It's a hazard. They are certainly right to be concerned.
Especially if the airport traffic would pick up at some point, you're gonna want that in a slower area too.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have anything else for select board? Any questions or concerns?
The question I had was on the trailer park off Frontage Road. They want to do a whole study. I think I sent copies to everybody.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I haven't answered her as a health officer. I haven't done anything.
Yeah, I haven't answered her either.
What kind of study?
A whole study.
It's asking us if we want to sponsor it.
Yeah,
It did sound like she was expecting we would, but she wanted an answer before she moved on.
Yeah, that was kind of how I looked at it too. This is her
Already
second
denied
request, so.
Monetary assistance for water and well.
correct.
Yeah.
And they've cleaned up 2 of the residences there.
And they are working to do more, and they're trying to entice better residents. And of course, all the changes with, now you have to have the slab and everything is gonna be a benefit. But they are, I have talked to her several times with the issues down there, and she is really working hard to make this a better area. So, she does spend a lot of time with it. So it's a HUD. It's a HUD grant by the looks.
Yeah.
So she would have to get permission for them, but
I guess I'd have to look and see what sponsorship would entail, whether that's just a verbal support letter or whether it's monetary or, I'm not in favor of monetary only because that's a private, you
right.
know, you bought it, you take care of it, you are gaining the money from it, that's nothing to do with the town. But it would be nice to see people have decent housing there. It's not necessarily bad people, just poor places to start with. But if it's a letter of support, you know, I think we could certainly do that. You know, we could support the idea of cleaning that up and improving that trailer park, certainly. But yeah, I'll look and see what that means for us.
When was she looking for an answer by?
She's emailing on the regular, getting a little feisty, if you ask me.
What's that?
Shauna,
What did you
her
say?
replies have been a little
Crabby?
hasty.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll speed it up. Okay. Anything else from the public? Talia, everything's going good?
All games started, there was one there tonight, there was one there Friday.
But the real question is, how's the snack bar?
I had mozzarella sticks tonight and they were good.
That's good. That's good. Vern wanted to try their would-be pies.
She's got her menus published, which I shared.
Oh,
Yeah.
did
So
you?
she's got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I saw it.
Good.
He's open during the practices and games.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
And we'll serve her well, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm having a breakfast sandwich Saturday morning.
I did see that.
Which Ty's all ready for. Okay, good. So that's another thing that, please go out and support Natalie's Nauseous because, it would be nice to have another place to pick up a quick meal. Hopefully she'll do well and she'll want to continue. So support your local business. That's all I have, so I thank you for all coming. I suggest that we motion to exit our regular meeting and enter into executive with Heidi Birch Valenta.
Good luck, Sue.
Thank you.